Okay, so let me share my screen. I'm going to be picking. I'm going to be picking everybody's project one by one. We are going to go through it together, and I am going to tell you where where you could improve. All right, can everybody see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, sir. So let me start from now. Uh, okay, so okay, I think I should also open the template projects, the one I said to everyone. Why is this system? Please, if there's anyone that has anything to ask regarding the our SQL, please, this is the time for you to ask. I know there are some shy people among us here that will not talk until after we are done with the class, and then they will come
I
to my
have a
and start
question, sir.
asking me questions. Please, you people should take it easy on me. I'm begging you in the name of me too. I also
I
have.
have a question.
Okay, I'm coming. I just
Okay.
want to be clear about that. Okay, yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so you always write a note that using so function.
Yeah,
You remember, is it a must to write that before writing a code?
that was a teaching. That is a teaching. That is my own teaching method, right? Whenever
Uh,
you're working on program as a programmer, you should not, except otherwise, there are some people that are wicked actually. I have worked with a team of data scientists that they will do a job in such a way that by the time they leave, that job lives with them. You understand? You can't, no other
Yeah.
person can work on their database and all. And to me, that does not seem fair or ethical. As a matter of fact, whoever is taking over their task, that person cannot even pray for them. Exactly, like they will
Mm.
have to swear for them. But if me as a person, whenever I'm writing any code or a program, I like to leave a footprint for you to be able to trace everything that I'm doing, what each and every line of code means. So by that, it is going to be easy for whoever is going to take over from me to to be able to adapt and to be able to understand um, what a particular code means, what I'm trying to do with it too. So yeah, and also as a person too, if you want to be practical, let's assume we can't even predict. Don't let us assume. We can't predict. Someone might wake up with an amnesia now. And imagine if you hadn't put all those notes, all those footnotes and everything, if you haven't put them on your code, then you have to start all over again. You just have to prepare for the worst case scenario. So that is the reason why
Mm.
I always put those footnotes there. You understand?
Okay. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you.
Um, I dropped a new link and people are still sticking to the current link. No wonder everybody is not in class. Please, someone should help me drop a message on the group that the last link that I sent is the new link for the group, for the class, I mean. Some people are really spoken. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean, we are going to start from your own project. Yeah, you have a front page. Very well. Yeah, it represents one. Very good. Now, if there's one thing that you need to take care of, whenever this is a very good chart. Can you hear me? I mean, are you there?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Yeah, this is a very good chart.
Yeah.
But in case of next time, this is still permissible as somebody that is just starting out. Right? This is permissible for somebody that is just starting out. But
Okay.
as time goes on, there are some things that you have to let go of. You understand? There are some things that you have to let go of. One of it is having to put every one of these. This is a column header here, the total sales and the customer name, which is not
Mm.
supposed to reflect in your chart, right? It is not supposed to
Oh
reflect.
yes, sir. Sorry, please excuse me. Sorry to cut you short.
Okay,
I changed this one, so I think. Oh, I didn't send the second one that I edited. That I later did the dashboard. I changed. I removed. I later removed those things and added title to it. To the this. Maybe I'll resend the one I changed.
it's I'm
But
not
this one that you're talking
I'm not talking about the
about, I
title.
later.
I'm
Yeah,
not
these ones, this total sales and customer name. I later removed them, but I
okay.
think I didn't send the new one I did.
Okay, so
So
if you really did that, yeah, that's
yeah.
fine. So for this first one, I think this is good. And also for this second one now this this first question here is supposed to occupy this page only. You are not supposed to have another question in that same page because, like I said, Excel will always cut it off for you.
Okay.
For instance, this is what I meant by that. Look at my case one here. Can you see my Excel screen?
Yes.
Look at my case one. If I scroll up, this is my case one, and this is the topic that I discussed in case one. And then this is my pivot chart, right?
Mm.
You can't expect me, I didn't put my case two on the same page again. I have to open a new worksheet, create my
Mm.
two pivot tables, and then two different charts too. And by the time I want to like export this out as PDF, Excel is not going to cut it for me simply because I had aligned everything to my left-hand side. And then if you look for my case 3, each case should take separate pages. So by the time you try to export it out as PDF, Excel will not have any reason to just put it off for you that, yeah, this thing you're trying to do is not possible and all those stuff. So if you look at the second, this question number 2 is not supposed to be here. And also, when you look at my revenue here, I know the column header that I'm trying to like visualize is revenue, right? But if you look at your own revenue, you don't need anything that has to do with sum of revenue. Sum of revenue is the measure on your pivot table on your data fields here. Sum of revenue, if I activate my, let me activate my, what do we call it now? Okay, if I activate my, yeah, if I activate my field list, the sum of revenue is what is available on this field, on this pivot table fields, right? So it's not supposed to be showing as sum of revenue. And someone also messaged me that whenever she tries to get rid of the sum of revenue and then hit enter, Excel always say that there's something here before. That is why I said before you start to type anything in your pivot table column headers, start with a space. Start with a space. That is the reason why you will see space beside my revenue here. Start with a space before you type. By the time you do that, Excel will recognize it and then understand what you're trying to do, that you're trying to create a new name. You're trying to create a new name for that column header. I hope you understand that. And then, okay. Yes. So the same thing with this one too. So please just try and correct them.
Okay.
I actually like this one, but next time, instead of using your data table like this, you should instead use your data labels. And when I'm talking about data labels like this, you're supposed to be use data labels like this. Like let your labels come out rather than putting using a data, what do you call it now? Instead of you to be using a data table like this is not really ideal. If somebody does this kind of work for you, you are going to have to refund me back my money as a client. And also, your 2A is supposed to take a new page. This pie chart actually makes sense. But if you are going to use a 3D pie chart, you should also understand how to do the explosion part of the 3D pie chart. I think I explained this very well, and I explained it thoroughly in the lesson. You're supposed to explode it a bit in such a way that there will be spaces between these slices.
Oh, okay.
But this is actually good, and your chart does not have an header. I don't know what you are trying to do here. See, every of these charts here, they have their own headers, topics, giving out what I am trying to do. See, every column about every chart is supposed to have an header.
Yeah, I'll resend the one I did. So you because I later changed. I added the headers on the chart.
All right. So, but for the rest, I think this one makes sense. Yeah, this one makes sense, except for the header, the title of your chart, and what you're trying to do. So, yeah, it's a very good for starters. I would say this is encouraging. Yeah. So just try and make corrections and submit again. And then your insights. Okay. Your insights are, yeah, they are good. Your insights are good, and your recommendations too. That the company should introduce a new trending marketing strategies instead of using the US branch strategies. Very well. Are you sure this is not AI?
Sir?
Are you sure this is not AI?
Well, it gave me an idea. I'll not lie. It gave me an idea. Then I added my own.
I've been doing this for a very long time for me to know what a student can come up with and what actually looks like.
Ah, but there
If
are some students
you,
that can do it alone now.
I understand. I am not saying you cannot do it alone. Yeah, but there is a touch. There is a way that there is a way that you are going to write it, and then I'm going to know that, oh no, this person actually tried.
Mm.
I'm not saying you cannot, you should not use it. I do use AI once in a while too. So yeah,
Mm.
this is the work is manageable. It's good. Just try and make those corrections.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Let
sir.
me see Samuel's. Yeah, Sam. I'm really much more interested in Samuel's. Hello, Sam. Can you see my screen?
I can't.
Hello.
I can see your screen.
Right. So, this is your work. When I saw the first page, yeah, I can't say I didn't expect it. You have the highs, and then you have the mind for it. But in case of next time, if you are going to have your data labels on top of your charts, each and every one of your columns or something like that, there is no need for your y-axis anymore. There's no need for your axis label anymore. Do you understand what I mean? For
Yes,
instance,
sir.
you have your data labels showing the exact figure, whereas your y-axis, your axis label is showing what can I call it now? Should I say range? Yeah, it's showing range, which means this is actually serving as a redundancy or like a tautology or a repetition. Whereas the data label can actually is actually the one that is actually passing a very clear message that okay, for the top 5 customers, Sean Miller made this exact amount of sale rather than your stakeholders or your clients, rather than them trying to guess which particular range did Sean Miller get to and what is the measure, what is the exact measure, what is the exact figure. This is a game of figure now because you are dealing with a whole lot of money. So, but for the chart is good. I think the only two things that you just need to get rid of is just the label, the axis label, and also these field keys here, these fields buttons here, this fields button. And this is how you can do it. Just come to your any of your charts, click on okay, just click on any of your charts and then come to your pivot chart analyze. When you get your pivot chart analyze, you see these field buttons here. I can remove it.
Yes.
No, okay, here. See, I have gotten rid of it and then it has disappeared. I don't. Ideally, you should not be having your field buttons on your pivot chart. It's not professional because by the time you can't submit an Excel worksheet, you can't submit an Excel file for your client, right?
All
And
right, sir.
in as much as you cannot submit your Excel file for your client, leaving these field buttons on your chart, you can't, it is not live anymore the moment you convert it to PDF. The file is not live anymore. And you know it has to be live for you to be able to select the options in the fields. So please take note of that. Just try and get rid of the field buttons here. But for your insights, I didn't expect anything less. So well done. And then for this second one too, I think it's just about the same. It's just about the same
Correction.
error correction, yeah. And then this pie chart too, very very well. And also since you have just little items, if you guys remember when I said that as an analyst, one of the most important things that you need to do is that you have to make sure you select the right chart to represent the right information. Right? And one of such ways is by making sure that if you are representing an information with a particular chart, you get rid of redundancy and too much details. Too much details in the sense that you are measuring sales distribution with your customer segment by your sales distribution with your customer segment, right? And you know that you are putting your sales against your customer segment. You have 3 segments in your for your customers. You have the consumer, the corporate, and the home office, right? So everyone knows you're actually working with your sales and customer segment. So this label title or label header is not needed in coupled with the button fields too. So please take note of that. And yeah, so this is what I meant when I said each page for each question. And also try and correct this instead of count of ship mode. Just okay, well, count of ship mode is good. Yeah, instead of count of quantity, just put it as quantities. And instead of sum of sales, let it stay at sales. And there's nothing like what's the meaning of row labels? These are your shipping modes. They are supposed to be shipping modes rather than being a row label. A client's data does not mean they actually understand what is going on in the data. That thing is very, very important. A client sent you a data does not mean they actually understand what is going on in the data. But now it is your responsibility as the analyst that took the job to make sure you produce something that will make them understand what they gave to you. What they make them, because one person cannot be in the finance department, one person cannot be in the logistics, procurement, and every one of those things like that. But every one of those departments are all included in the data set that was sent to you. So you have to, so it's as if you are working for almost the whole department in the company. And every one of the directors or managers of those departments are going to be around. Each of them have to, they have to have something they are going to take away from your analysis. So rather than this is, let's say this particular chart is representing the logistic department because it has to do with the shipping mode, right? And then instead of them seeing, they are just seeing standard class, second class, first class, same day. What is actually giving them out? They have ship modes, but the header is not even giving it out as being a ship mode, right? So please always take care of that. And yeah, the same thing here, row labels. Look at what I have here. Normally, this was a row label by default, but I had to change it because I know for this column is actually representing the customer age group. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and also gender and all those stuff. So please make sure you try to check that. And yeah, I think this is good too. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure I have any comment on this. Yeah, it's actually good. It's fair. Well done. And whenever you are using either column charts or bar charts, you need to decide whether you want to use the data labels or you want to use the axis label. Please, even when you get to Power BI, that has a very good interface. You have to decide between the two so as not to be confusing. And yeah. So I will want you to just check through the rest of the of your document and see where you can correct yourself. And also, yeah, whenever you are using a line chart to represent an information, there are some cases where you, regardless of the activation of your, what do you call it now, this row label, the axis labels, you also have to put the data labels, the precise data labels there. You have to be precise with your data labels. And I like this. I like this discount representation a lot because it has to do with continuity from the highest discount to the smallest discount. I mean, from the smallest discount to the highest discount, coupled with the sales. So if your x-axis here is representing your discount, your y-axis is representing your sales, you can as well include your data labels. If you feel like the data labels are going to be overlapping each other, then you reduce the font. Just make sure something shows. So, but for the line charts, this is a perfect use of the line charts here, right here. So well done. And also for this one, yeah, makes sense. This one also makes sense too, except for your data labels. There will be a data here. There will be a label here. There will also be a label. There will be a label in the 2 years of what you're trying to like represent. Yeah, right. And then this is the kind of recommendation that I will see, that I will not first guess that it is written by an AI. So well done. Thank you. Let's see who is next. Okay, Lovina. Is Lovina in class? Good morning, Lovina. She's not in class. Okay, let me show Glory. Good morning, Glory. Hello. Glory did not submit yet. Hello, can you hear me, Glory? Hello, Glory.
Hello.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning, sir. Yes.
How come I've not seen your project?
I made mistake. I sent it to your DM.
Okay, you're the one that sent it to my DM this morning.
Early morning.
Okay, early morning. There's no problem with that. I'll try and yeah, let me show you. Let everyone see what you do. You were here when you were showing for the others now. No. See, everything is overlapping. Is your PC still having problem?
No, sir.
Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen right now?
I'm saying.
Okay, you are seeing what you did yourself.
I'm not saying it's not showing. It's still on the
Let me reshare.
your email.
Let me reshare what you did. So can you see the screen now? I don't know, that place is echoing, you know. Please unmute yourself again. Now I don't even think I need to put too much comment on this because you can see that everything is just overlapping. Yeah, okay. Some of them are actually standing well. And also, you tend to forget when I said whenever you are dealing with a column that has to do with currency, you have to put it in a proper formatting because imagine now, since you didn't format your total sales, this is supposed to be something in currency like dollars or pounds. It is just reflecting as a whole number on your chart. If anybody sees this now, they will just call out the numbers, not knowing whether to differentiate it as a whole number or you're trying to talk about money. And in this case, you are trying to talk about money. You're trying to talk about money. So please try and correct that.
Yes, sir.
You have to re-import your export your PDF again. because this alignment is not aligning at all. At all, at all. What do you want me to do with all these empty spaces like this? So please, just try, yeah? Take your time and correct them.
All right.
Take
Thank
your time
you.
and
I will.
correct them. You get the idea, but your arrangement is what you need to work on. Do you understand?
Yeah, I was in a hurry. I did this work under 2 days.
I gave you guys enough time. I even have to extend from Monday till Friday yesterday. So I was fair.
Yeah, I will do it, sir.
All right, please do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
In case this meeting goes off, please just click on the link again or just check out the group. I'm going to be dropping another link there. So okay, yeah, gift. Good morning, gift. I like this guy's work.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I think your project was the first one that I checked this week. And this is me. I'm not the kind of person that will say my reward is in heaven. This is one of my rewards. Yeah. Like when you see a well-structured, please, I want everyone to look at this. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen here?
Yes, sir. It's very beautiful.
I'm not saying it's not beautiful. Please don't let his head swell up. But yeah, it's a very good work. It started with a fresh page. Yeah, a title page, something like a title page. And then the analysis is no comment. And trust me, I rarely say no comment. But for this, no comment. If me as a client sees something like this, I'll be very proud, and I am not going to make it an ad hoc analysis. It is going to be a frequent something. Good choice of chart selection, good information representation, good labeling, format too. It is really commendable. So yeah, well done. Well done. And okay, yeah. For this, next time, please try and put your data labels. Yeah. Let's know the exact value or figure that these lines is representing. Do you understand? But that's just the only, I can't even call it blemish.
Yes, sir.
I can't even call it blemish because it's a good work.
Sir, quick question. For the line charts,
Yes.
if we include the data labels, the y-axis is also supposed to be there, or do we take it out?
I think data labels is much more important than the axis label. You know, the data labels is going to is like hitting the nail in the head, going straight to the point. You are not, you cannot assume that every one of your audience can interpret a chart the same way you that did it, the same way you can interpret it. And that is such case of line chart here. If you are producing a line chart, you can't expect an old man that is using glasses in the conference room to be asking you that, okay, why is a standard class in between 1.2 million to 1.4 million? How much did we actually make for the standard class for us to know where we need to work on? So if you are telling them that for the same day shipping mode is around 40,000, and your standard class is around let's say 1.38 million, you know where you need to shift your attention to, where you need to re-strategize and rework. You understand? So that is the reason why data labels will always be much more important than your axis label. But if you are going to have your axis label, there's no crime in that. Like I said, most of these analyses are going to be based on your discretion as the analyst. You have to be able to make informed decision, very good decision. You have to be decisive. But even while being decisive, you have to put your client's needs, you have to put it first. Their convenience, data for storytelling, you have to put it first. Do you understand? So, yeah, this is good. This is also good. This is, I don't know. And yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned it in the class, but at the end of each batch, I am going to be taking 4 or 5. I'm still trying to take a request for permission if I can take more than 4 or 5 for mentorship program after your batch. So some of the projects that I cannot work on, I'm going to be transferring it to the group of guys, yeah, so that you can have a first-hand experience. Apart from our monthly challenges that I'm going to be dropping to the group, I also need people that, you know, just to have the experience, have the feels, the truths and the and how things are going. And yeah, gift. I like this particular chart, but what do you think is missing from here? Is there anything missing really? No, not sure nothing is okay. Yeah, let's say the data labels. But even if you are going to put data labels here, you have to just drop the font a little bit so that it will not overlap each other. But data labels will do you good here. So please take notes.
Yes, I felt it to be overcrowded.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't do
just
that.
reduce the font to, like, let's say 8. When you reduce it to 8, at least something is still going to show. One thing about PDF is that it doesn't fade out. The more I zoom, the more I get the clearer picture. So you should not be worried about whether your font is small or big. If I can zoom it out, you see that this is not a picture, it's a document. The more I zoom it out, the more I see what the information that I want to see in a clearer mode. So don't be afraid. So, and yeah, this is an encouraging. Okay, and I think something is off here. Okay, this is supposed to be in the next page, where it's overlapping each other. So please correct that. And yeah, this, when I saw this too, I was happy. This is a very, very good representation of line chart. Line charts is, I don't know, they are top notch. Please, if this session goes off now, please click on the original link that I sent this morning.